boys, girls, all my trombones out there, welcome back to Otherobert. I'm Joe, and I'm reviewing The Forest, which is a new horror movie out there. Is it worth it? I'm just gonna get into it. Yeah, I think it's fun. Is it a game-changing movie? No, definitely not. But for a time right now, not many horror movies, and if you're into horror movies, I think there's some things you could enjoy here. Um, there's some scary moments. There's some fun on your seat type moments, and there's some interesting moments going on with. We're trying to figure out what exactly is going on, and does it follow a lot of the horror cliches? Absolutely. You know, are there ghosts? Kind of. It kind of plays on a lot of familiar beats, and I think it definitely could have done a lot more and went a lot farther. Uh, but it definitely played on some interesting notes, and there's some material there that it kind of sets it apart from other horror movies in the sense that it's more of a psychological horror movie, and we get these on occasion. It's not exactly rare, but I think these movies are always more interesting than your typical ghost or um, zombie movie or anything like that. These I think are a little bit more interesting, that kind of delve into the inner psyche and kind of play on that element. I think a lot of stories can be told from there, and I think stories that are told from there can get pretty deep. And although this didn't get that deep, the potential was there. Ultimately, it didn't live up to all the potential, but it was still somewhat a fun movie with some scares here and there. Is it the scariest movie? No. Is it the best movie? No. Is it the best horror movie? No. Is it going to be the best horror movie of the year? Probably not. Hopefully not. Um, this is just an average movie. I will say the writing, I think, in terms of the plot itself, was okay. I think it could have been a lot better. I think they could have went a lot farther. But the plot, it was okay. But the dialogue, I think, was really weak. And that might also be in the acting. The actors kind of did what they could, but there were times where it was just really sigh-worthy. Um, Story was kind of original in the sense that it was taking place in this forest, which is actually kind of based on an actual forest. Not this exact story, but the forest itself, which is interesting. I think they definitely could have done more with that. So, other than that, there's not much more to say. If you love horror movies, if they're a guilty pleasure for me, so if they're a guilty pleasure for you, you might have some fun with this one, especially if you get a few friends together, go to the movies. It might be worth seeing if you're down to have a fun time in the movies. If not, do not recommend that. This will not change your mind on horror movies. If you hate horror movies, this won't be the one exception. I doubt it. Um, it's just kind of another paint by numbers type movie, which is a shame because it could have been a lot more, definitely. But that's it for me for this movie. There's really not too much more I can say. Subscribe if it takes around this much effort to do so. And what do you think about The Forest? And that's pretty much everything. And until next time, you have been traumatized.